Hello everyone, my name is Catalina, and in this video I'm going to show you how to work a solid granny square. I have already worked 3 examples, different sizes, so you can get a better picture of how this looks like before we get started. As you can see, it's pretty different than the normal traditional granny square. I hope you are already familiar with that, because I'm going to work a little faster in this tutorial. So I hope you already have an idea how the granny square functions. This has 5 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first round, which is right, this one is worked the same way as what we do in the normal traditional granny squares, except that starting the next round we're working double crochets on top of each stitch, and then shells of 2 instead of 3. See, these 4 right here are worked in the corner, but I will explain better while we work. This is a solid granny square with 6 rounds, and I've worked out of curiosity a bigger one. Let me try and I can't, my tripod, this is the maximum of my tripod. I've worked this one, I made this one bigger. I was curious to see how this one would look like. So a ball this size. I was wondering what you could make of this, and I think this would be a very nice pillow cover, except that this would be just one side of the cover. You would need to make another one and join at the edge. Okay, so let's get started. Time is ticking, the clock is ticking, and as usual I can only record 10 minutes and I can't edit my videos because they are too big. Okay, I'm setting up my camera on my tripod. So as I said, we're working the first round exactly the same as we do in the traditional granny square. So we attach a slip knot to the crochet hook, we chain 4, 2, 3, 4, we join the beginning of the chain, working a slip stitch, so joining the chain. This creates a circle, and we're going to work the first round right through the center of the circle. So we are chaining 3 now, and we're going to work 4 shells in the center of this loop. Each shell consists of 3 double crochets separated by a chain of 2, but the first shell we're only going to work 2 double crochets. So that was one and one more. Why is that? It is because we chained 3 at the beginning, and this chain 3 is considered a double crochet. So again, each shell is separated by a chain of 2. That chain of 2 represents a corner. Working 3 double crochets, we're increasing our square, granny square, in those corners. Chain 2 again, working another shell of 3 double crochets. There is 1, 2, and 3. Chaining 2 again, and we're working the last shell. So 1, 2, and the third right through the center of the loop. Remember, from the traditional granny square, we only chained 1 and we joined with the beginning, working a single crochet on top of this stitch. So in the third chain, this is 1, that's 2, and the third one, we're inserting our hook below the 2 chains on top, and we are working a single crochet. This is just like a corner. This is a corner just like the other one and the other one. So this is the chain space between the 2 shells. Working a chain of 3 now. We're starting round 2, and round 2 starts to be different than the normal granny square. And why is that? It is because we're only going to work 1 double crochet in the chain space. So work a double crochet there, plus this one. There are 2, so we are only working shells of 2 double crochet now instead of 3 double crochets like the normal traditional granny squares. That's not the only difference. The other difference is that we're now going to work a double crochet in each stitch, in each chain on top of the stitches. So we're going to work 3 double crochets below this, in this one and this one. So those 3 right there. So insert your hook below the first chain. That was 1. My time is almost up. So that was 1. 2, and insert your hook below those 2 loops right there, and 3. We have 5 double crochets on this side by now, and we're going to work 2 double crochets more in the chain 2 space, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. See you in a couple of seconds.